Palace 2, Chelsea 3, joined by John here. John, I've got a smile on my face because I was mentioning you what my Chelsea mate was saying. But overall, I am happy. I'm not too upset by the result. We've been talking about how Palace haven't created many chances before, but this game was different. Palace created chances and there were positive performances by individuals. What did you think of the game?
Yeah, 100%. It was so much better just seeing us put attacks together, take some shots, have the midfield especially just play much higher at the pitch and try and create something. It was, yeah, we can still make some complaints about subs and lack of youth and all that stuff, but overall I was all the way through the game, particularly from when Wolf scored, I was happy, we were doing something. We're in the game.
Yeah. But before Will scored, I want to talk about the Cahill incident where Cahill, he pulled his hamstring, still not too sure whether it's serious or not. Hopefully it's not, but it did look serious. And then Willian ran through, scored a goal. What did you think of that? There were people saying how maybe Chelsea should have kicked it out. I don't agree with that. I feel like if we're looking at from Palace, let's say Palace was in that position, I wouldn't expect us to kick it out. But what do you think of that first goal that they scored?
Obviously it's a bit disappointing, and we can talk about how Cahill's maybe played a bit much for a 35-year-old, even though he's quality. But yeah, I can't blame the Chelsea. I remember very distinctly the FA Cup final when Connor Wickham, I think it was Wolf got fouled and Connor Wickham basically scored, and they brought it back. Play the game, play the rules. Put the ball in the net, and then worry about what the rest is later. I think that's what you have to do.
Now let's talk about that Wilf goal. Now that that's done and over with, wow! Just what I didn't see that one coming because Wilf hasn't scored goals like this before. When he has scored, he's been in the box. But this game, we were taking shots outside the box, and I feel like that was a clear tactic because we haven't seen much of that since the restart. And when he just hit that, it happened so quickly. I just didn't expect it. What a fantastic goal! And from that point on, the game just changed. It seemed like we were the better team.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it really galvanised the whole team. I don't know if it's a deliberate tactic, maybe some question marks about their keeper going into the game. But when you hit it like that, I don't care who's in goal. You're gonna give them a headache. So yeah, great goal, and it really got the whole team playing. And I think that was all about just us pressing up the pitch and wanting to play in their third. So even though before the goal maybe we hadn't had that many chances, we were just more positive, and that leads to things like that. So, but overall, just what a humdinger! Amazing.
Yeah. Wilf actually started on the right hand side. I want to hear what you think about that. It hasn't happened before. It was a clear tactical change. Do you think this game he was much better? It was much better. I think it was his best game so far since the restart. Maybe the Bournemouth game, it was on par. Maybe that was better. But I personally think the Chelsea game, considering the opponents, it was his best game since the restart. Do you think him playing down the right-hand side helped him contribute to that? Or what was it? I'm not too sure because he's come back from his injury even at the Leicester game and he still struggled there. And now he's back. I'm not too sure what it was. I don't know if it was fitness or him playing down the right-hand side. What do you think of his performance?
I'm sure it was a whole bunch of things. But all I'd say about, I also was hoping that he might play down the right before this game. But even later in the game when he switched to the left, he was still dynamic and still taking people on, and he created that chance for Scott Dan right at the end from the left-hand side. So I don't think it's just a case of he needs to be on the right to be effective. I think maybe his fitness was a bit better. I also personally think him having Benteke makes great space for him. And then the third thing was again our midfield, just being around the box, creating a bit more space. So all of that meant that he wasn't doing it all on his own.
Yeah, definitely midfield is a great point to mention because we did outrun Chelsea in midfield. That was the main positive about this game. I feel like if they played Jorginho beforehand or even played Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I feel like it would have been a total different game. But our physical aspect in this game, the three central defenders, central midfielders, who are mainly defensive focused, did actually prove out to be the correct decision from this game. But let's talk about their goal after the half-time. I thought we started the half pretty well. We were the better team and we were creating chances and actual chances, not just going forward and just lofting the ball and hoping for the best. But I had the feeling that it was coming, that Chelsea were going to score a goal. They scored a goal and I feel like Patrick Van Aanholt was out of position. But 30 seconds later, he goes down and gives an assist to Benteke. And Benteke is on the score sheet and it's real. We're talking a couple hours after the game and it is confirmed Benteke did score for Palace. What a performance from Benteke. What have we made of Benteke since the restart? I feel like I was talking to someone else. I was talking to Adrian before, and he said he's very underrated. Do you agree with him?
I think his performance there was brilliant. Like, okay, he scored the goal. We're all going to be happy about that, and that's the thing that people focus on. But there's so many times where he held it up. He won a free kick, like took the pressure off, and he created space. Like usually, there was two players drawn to him as well. So I think he did a lot, kind of under the surface in this game. But yeah, I agree. Since the restart, he has been good. He also got that great assist for Ayew. I think the first game back from the restart. So I think he's a maligned player who does a lot of like real hard work and also has quality, but hopefully this will give him some confidence to show it a bit more.
Looking forward to the next game. I feel like this game, I'm upset that we didn't get a point. And going into the game, I was not looking forward to it. It's been boring the last couple of games. There's nothing going forward. Gary Cahill is our best attacker. He's created the most. He's had our most shots going forward. So there was nothing going forward. There was nothing to look forward to. But I'm happy leaving this game. I'm happy because we've actually given a try. Patrick Van Aanholt had a brilliant game. Are you confident against Villa now after what you've seen against Chelsea?
Yeah, definitely. And I think, place in the Premier League and points, they are worth quite a lot of money to us as a club, and that is important, particularly the stuff about the academy. But also, we're not in danger of relegation. We're not going to get into Europe. Let's play some football and have some fun. And that's what I felt we did today. Particularly, after the goal, we were out to play some football. So I feel if we can carry that into the next game, and Villa are poor as well. We should feel confident going in.
Yeah, I mean, Leicester were poor before we faced them as well. They only scored 2 goals before they faced us. So after that game, I'm not even looking at form anymore. It doesn't matter if they're poor. But finally, from this game, let's have your Palace man of the match.
It's a tough one. I think a lot of people played well. I'm really, the obvious candidate would be Wilf because of that goal. And also he did so much, particularly after the goal. Last 10 minutes or so, he was constantly on the ball, creating chances, creating space. So although, my heart would love to say Benteke, I'm going to have to say Wilf was the man of the match for me.
Yeah, don't blame me. I thought Wilf had a great game. Benteke, Patrick Van Aanholt, all these players had a great game, and at least we've got someone to pick because in the first 15 minutes, I didn't think that we'll even have a man of the match because we started off so slowly. But thank you, John, for joining me. As always, leave down the comments down below. Let us know what you think about the game, and until next time, up the Palace.